The 85th NFL Draft will be held right here in Las Vegas, April 23rd through the 25th, and we now know the details of this grand event, including where the stages will be set up and major road closures on and near the Strip. Here to help me unpack all of the latest draft information is transportation reporter for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Mick Akers. Mick, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, let's get into this, and let's start with the stages, because there was some confusion after the meeting as to where things will be set up, where the red carpet is. Take me through the stages.
Yeah, so the grand entrance is going to be over the Fountains of Bellagio. Obviously, they were trying to incorporate that for a long time. The rumors have been going off. So this will be the red carpet stage. So any kind of prospect and their family will get voted on to a stage that's over the Fountain of Bellagio. Do the Walk of Fame, get the pictures, do some pre-draft interviews, kind of let people know who they are. Then they'll get voted back off. They'll get in a convertible, drive down Flamingo, where they're going to have an arch built in the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, to kind of like the grand entrance area for the draft. Drive down Flamingo, where fans will be kind of get like a up close and personal look at each prospect as they make their way down. They'll get to the Caesars Forum Convention Center, where the main stage will be constructed outside, and that's where all the picks will be made there.
All right, so Goodell won't be on the Bellagio fountains, unfortunately.
Unless he's interviewing someone, but
there
he might be on their photo op and all that.
Right. All right, well, as far as building those stages go, April 8th is really when things get kicked off. That's when the Bellagio stage starts to be built. What can you tell us about the different phases and their respective dates regarding major road closures?
So April 8th is boots on the ground, when they have their initial crews come in and start building the stage over the Fountain of Bellagio. Inside lane, the two inside lanes at Las Vegas Boulevard will be closed to traffic. Between 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. they could have a third lane closed. So they'll be doing some crane work over some trees in the median there. So obviously you don't want people going underneath that. So
being safe, yes.
Yeah. So they'll do that. And then April 13th to the 15th for 46 hours, Flamingo will be shut down from Las Vegas Boulevard to Koval, so they can start building that arch that I mentioned. It's going to be the gateway into the draft. And then April 22nd, starting at 10 p.m., is when the full closure of Las Vegas Boulevard, the first full closure of Las Vegas Boulevard occurs from Flamingo to the entrance of the Paris Hotel. Okay. So that will be the first closure, and that's going to last through the draft day. And then after the first day of the draft, they're going to reopen the Strip again to traffic overnight. That first one's going to be 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then after day 2 of the draft, 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then after the third day, they hope to have the Strip reopen the traffic again sometime after midnight. They didn't have a concrete time in that, and they didn't want to get committed to anything.
Right.
So it could be anywhere after midnight until early morning on that.
Gotcha. So a bunch of dates, bunch of times that we will, of course, have updated for you at reviewjournal.com. And I know NDOT is playing a big part with the NFL to be able to keep locals and anybody on Nevada roads aware of what the closures will be. And speaking of locals and the people that work on the Strip, Mick, parking was a big topic that the commission hit on. Is the NFL going to recommend that people who are working in that area maybe try to shuttle in, or should they park on the Strip? They try to nail that down too, and I know that was kind of still in the air of what they wanted to do for parking.
Yes, as far as employees of any of the area resorts there, they're going to leave one. They're going to have one open lane on each side of Flamingo and Koval, just to, kind of let people drive in and out of these casinos where they're working. So it's going to have concrete barriers, keeping people away from the fans and all that. So they'll have that going on. But they mentioned a lot of their staging areas is going to take up a lot of the parking areas in some of those resorts. So they mentioned maybe having some of these employees park on some of these parking garages and areas on the south of some of these Caesars properties, and then they'll get shuttled in and work from there.
Right.
And then as far as fans, they're going to have a park and shuttle set up from the Las Vegas Convention Center. They'll have that going on, and they're going to rely heavily on the monorail, which they do usually, for these big events like CES and all that. So, and then we have 100 some odd thousand rooms on the Strip, which people are going to be parked at, which a lot of these fans are going to be coming from anyway. So they just kind of walk down. If they're a little bit further, take the monorail. Yeah. But it's going to be Las Vegas in April. It won't be too hot yet, so it could be some good weather to take a stroll down the Strip. And get the draft festivities.
Really get the feel walking up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, right? Well, you mentioned the people there. This event is obviously free and open to the public, which is exciting for everybody attending. But besides seeing Roger Goodell announce the draft picks, what other fun events? I know there's a draft experience that fans can partake in.
Yeah, so at first they'll incorporate the Raiders and that, have their 3 Super Bowl trophies on display to kind of get that feeling going. Hey, the Raiders are coming. This is a few months away from them kicking off here in Vegas, so they'll have that aspect in there. Then they'll have some of those kick, punt, pass, 40-yard dash kind of events that the kids like to do. So they'll have all that going on, different activations showing off. I'm sure various teams will have space there. Just all kinds of fans are going to be here, obviously, all over the U.S. So they'll have all that going on, different sponsored, activities and all that. There's no shortage of, activities that are going to be happening during those 3 days there.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll be doing a bunch of these in the coming months. Thank you, as always, for stopping by.
Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, Mick, thank you again. And the NFL Draft is coming to Las Vegas April 23rd through the 25th. We will have all of your draft information at reviewjournal.com, so stay with us as those dates approach. For Mick Akers, I'm Cassie Soto. Thanks for watching.